Hi, everyone. It's Kariana, your favorite witchy coach. I'm going to be talking about how you can recreate your SP instantly in this moment, after this video, during the video. Let's start intending, right? And I'm so happy that you guys are here. And I wanted to remind you guys that anything that we might be giving away on our channel that's like super cool will be, all the information for that will be down in the description box below, along with my information for one-on-one coaching. If you guys need help on your journey, I would love to help you guys. Please reach out so I can help you along. I think, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, because that helps me get the word out, right, on our channel. And so I can spread this LOA education that I bring to you guys on the channel. Okay. Also too, you guys might hear the kitty. I decided to kind of let her roam around and play because she's kind of in kitty land right now. She's having a great time with her toys. And so you might hear her bouncing around a little bit and running around. I don't know if she's going to make a cameo or not. I'm intending that she just leaves me alone so I can film this really quickly, because she's pretty darn obsessed with me and will not leave my side. But anyways, with that being said, guys, so I have a really cool success story and movement success with a client that has been working on manifesting her SP, right? Hasn't seen him, has had very little contact with him recently since she started working with me. But I'm telling you right now, she didn't see her SP for, I think, like a year. Okay. Started working with me and she got her SP to take her on a date. It was so magical. She had a great time. She wrote in like a really quick little summary of it to my receptionist, and they forwarded it over to me, and I want to share it with you guys on the channel, because this is going to give you guys a real boost of confidence. If you're sitting at home, wherever you are watching this video, and you're having any doubts about the time and if you can really honestly recreate somebody, that's going to tell you right there. Her success story is going to tell you right there that you absolutely can, right? I don't care if you're male, female, or don't identify. Doesn't matter who you are, how much time it's been, what your circumstances are, because circumstances do not matter. You can recreate this person and you can bring this person back in. Okay. And I can only vouch for myself. I can only speak for myself, but I know that if you guys come and watch my videos and take my tips, or if you decide to get coaching, that's up to you. I'm going to make sure that you guys leave and feel empowered, and you're going to have homework, and you're going to really, really, really step into that creator mindset that I always talk about. Okay. So guys, I think I covered everything. Hopefully you're cozy and comfortable and safe where you guys are, wherever you are in the world. Weather is kind of changing right now. It is now springtime, even though I'm pretty chilly in the house right now, but yeah, so I hope you guys are enjoying the spring weather wherever you are in the world. All right. So guys, I always have my sayings and my analogies that I bring to the channel. So, because our mind sees in pictures, and that really helps us with connecting that, so, what, one of the things I'm going to say on this video, and I'm going to make it, I'm probably going to say it maybe a couple times. Okay. But I really want to drive it home. I always say, what you think about, you bring about. And the reason why I'm starting with that is because I was literally sitting in session for the last couple of weeks and having so many people bring this up to me, this question about, can I actually recreate my SP? Can you actually recreate somebody? Can you actually change them? Absolutely, you can. You know what I'm going to say? Yes, you can. Okay. Every single time I'm going to tell you that. And it hit me, right, that I have to remind you guys that, and it goes along with the saying, what you think about, you bring about. Because the thing is that you guys are not manifesting what you want. Okay. You're manifesting what you think. Okay. Hear me out. I can run around all day saying, I want my SP to do this. I want my SP to do that. I want better health. I want that big, huge house that I pass by every day on my way home from work. Okay. Or way home from the grocery store. I'm not going to manifest what I want unless my thoughts are in alignment with that happening, right? Thinking as if, okay? So either being delusional and thinking as if this has already happened and I'm living in that reality, or thinking that the next thing that I'm going to experience, right? Deciding right? After you've chosen what you want, I want that house. I want SP to prioritize me. I want SP to take me out on more dates. I want SP to be affectionate, but he's never or she's never been affectionate before. I want SP to tell me that they want to marry me, but they've never ever talked about marriage. I want to make sure, or I want SP to come in and tell me that they love me, but they've never said they love me before. Okay. Whatever you're choosing that you want to experience next. And then you are deciding that that's going to happen. That's the next thing that's going to happen. And that's the only option. Right. So either way, it doesn't matter. You're still feeding your subconscious with the same end, right? The same, what you want to experience right there in that moment. Like I say, I always promote manifesting in steps if you're trying to get quite a few things to change in your reality, right? It's a little bit more manageable. It's a little bit less triggering. But whatever you're wanting to experience next, right? Live from that. Okay. So like I said, either being delusional or just saying that I've decided that that's the next thing that I'm going to experience. And I know that that's the only option. Right. So it's like, that's what I say, like, hear me out on the whole, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you think. I'm a firm believer in the whole, well, I want my SP to do this. I want my SP to do that. It's almost like when you're saying, I hope this is going to happen. I wish this is going to happen. I think this is luck if this happens. Those are all victim mindsets, right? To be in. It's a victim mentality. Okay. And I'm not going to change my mind on that, because I really honestly want you guys to step into your power and step into your creator mindset. Really, really believe that you choose and you decide these things in your reality, right? It's where your awareness goes. It's where your awareness goes back to constantly. It's the comfy place you always land. Okay. I always say, accept your emotions that come up, right? Accept the things that come up, because let me not use the word accept, because I don't want to confuse you guys, but just acknowledge it, right? Observe what comes up, right? Don't try to fight it. Don't try to stuff it down or anything like that. Just observe it and acknowledge it, right? And say, okay, well, I'm feeling this way, right? Where's my mind going? Where's my thoughts going? Where's my awareness going to, right? After I release this and I reset myself, now where are my thoughts? Where's my awareness at? Okay. And it's because, we are manifesting what we think. Okay. Not what we want, guys. All right. And then, how can I explain this? I don't want you guys to be afraid of no contact. Okay. I'm not saying to sit there and tend for it, right? No, we obviously don't want that. If we want to recreate our SP and we want them to have them come in their new version and their best version, we don't want to be intending that we have no contact. Obviously not. No. But if you have to create some space, like I say, back away from your manifestation a little bit and give it some space, give it some room to come in the right way. Don't be afraid of no contact. If you feel like that is the best way for you to manifest, if you don't have this thing right in front of your face triggering you all the time, then that's okay. Or if you guys have gone into no contact for, after an argument on either side or on both ends, right? Don't fear that. Don't fear no contact, because guess what? You have to remind yourself that you're in control of bringing this person back. And you know what I always say, you can bring anything and anybody back better than ever. So don't be afraid of that no contact, because the thing is that your SP doesn't have a choice but to be in your reality, unless you literally say you're no longer, I fire you, right? I rip the label off you and you no longer mean anything in my reality. I'm firing you and I don't want this anymore. I want something else, or I want to explore what I want next, right? Or if you give your SP free will constantly to come and go, right? To be in and out, to be hot and cold. Once again, where's your awareness going, right? If your SP is coming in hot and cold and they're not coming in exactly the version that you want them in at this particular time, you have the choice to either put your awareness on that and heighten that and then experience more of it, or take your awareness off of it, right? And be intending for what you want to experience next. Okay. Whether you're in no contact or not. Okay. You're going to do this the same exact way as if you were no contact or not. But I don't want you to fear not being out of no contact with your SP. I think that's just a huge fear that I see all the time getting brought up in session with me, right? Clients always are mentioning that. And they're like, I don't know for sure if I can bring this person back. Can I actually recreate this person? Can this actually happen for me? Am I actually going to get my full manifestation? And those are the questions that I'm always asked, right? So, and when you guys have to be looking at this as like, how I have referred to, one of my analogies is referring to like, this is a movie, right? This is a simulation, or it could be a video game, movie, whatever, right? You have characters in your video game or movie. You're writing everybody's script. You're the director, right? You're choosing and deciding how people are going to play out in your 3D, right? In your reality. And so, just like a movie, right, that we watch, there's always a good guy and a villain or whatever, especially if you're watching like a sci-fi movie or superhero movie or something like that, right? There's always a villain in it, right? And I want you to kind of look at it like, I'm killing the version of my SP off that I don't want to experience anymore. I'm killing the villain off. Okay. So look at it like that. It's like, I'm taking my awareness off this villain that I'm experiencing. I'm killing this villain off once and for all. Okay. So that villain will leave my, right? Guy, girl, like I said, doesn't matter. It's a villain. The version of your SP that's coming in, that's not prioritizing you, not taking you on dates, not committing to you, not telling you what you want to hear, right? Hot and cold, back and forth, up and down behavior. That's a villain, because anything that's impeding your manifestation from coming in and exactly the way that the form that you want it to come in, the version that you want it to come in as you desire. Okay. That's the villain. Okay. I've referred to it as 3P as well. It doesn't matter what it is. It's 3P, right? So, in this case, if you're only dealing with SP and it's just the way that they're presenting themselves and there's nothing else in the way, right? You just need to be focusing on killing off that villain, killing off the old version of your SP and letting it go for good. Okay. And even if you, and let's talk about that a little bit. When you bring this person back in, because it's going to happen. Okay. As long as you really decide, okay, doesn't matter how long it takes, right? We got to take our attention off time, because time is man-made. It's an illusion, right? But, and to be quite honest with you guys, I always remind you guys this in session. It's like, when you manifest in what you want from your SP, right? You get the commitment, or you get the SP that's treating you like gold, right? Taking you out all the time and calling you all the time and everything that you've ever desired. You're not going to be looking at your calendar or your watch and saying it took me an extra week or it took me an extra 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. At that point, you're going to get your manifestation. You're going to be happy. And hopefully we're living in the present with it, right? We're enjoying it at that particular time. And we're really feeling like very powerful. SC goes through the roof, like I always talk about, right? But when you bring this person in, right, and you get a little sprinkle of the old story, okay, you've got to really take your awareness off of it, because 9 times out of 10, what's happening is, if you have been working with me, right, and we're doing homework, right, or if you've been watching videos and you're doing your own research and you've been really, really strict on your mental diet, however you go about that, whether it be just living in a story, robotically affirming, guys, it's all the same. It's all affirmations, right? It's all the story that you're telling yourself, where you're living in your mind. Not so much the action out here. It's just where your mind goes and where you're living in your mind. It's what you're thinking, not what you're doing. Okay. So much. And if you can honestly say that you've been steady with that, and then you have this person come in, you're getting lots and lots of movement from them, or you've gotten your partial manifestation, full manifestation from them, and then you maybe get a sprinkle of the old story, I don't want you to panic. That is not when we switch things up. Right? We don't go into panic mode and go, oh my gosh, whether you're coaching with me or whether you're doing it on your own, oh my gosh, I've got to change all these my affirmations. I got to tweak things around, or I got to change my story. I got to change what I've been doing and switch things up. That is not the time to do that. Okay. When you start getting what you want, you start seeing your 3D, you start pushing these things out in your 3D, and you start seeing your 3D changing. You start seeing your SP conforming, right? That's when I want you to go hard with what you've been doing, right? I always say repetition, discipline, diligence. After we start getting what we want, it's about persistence and consistency. Okay. And taking our awareness off anything that is negative, that's impeding our manifestation, whether it be a 3P situation, job, best friend, somebody else in the picture that might be a threat, whatever the case may be, right? We're going to take our awareness off that. We're just going to affirm for it when it comes up. We're going to flip it. 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 And then we're going to drop it. Right. And when you start getting these things coming in, I want you to really, really, really make it about yourself. Bring it back to yourself and be present in those moments and enjoy that. Not think too far ahead in the future. Right. Not live in the past and what has been said before or done before. Just be present, enjoy it. Right. And really, really go hard on what you've been doing and impress that, really harden into fact that story. So that story completely takes over your old story. Okay. Whether you're getting sprinkles of the old story or not, you must take your awareness off of it, and you must go hard with what you're doing. That's not the time to be changing things up at all. Okay. Yeah. And I just want you guys to be, once you guys get your manifestation, right? Or even if you're getting movement and you're getting partial manifestation, right? I just want you guys to enjoy it and live in gratitude in the moment, right? And realize, and really honestly realize that it's all you, and there's no coincidences in this, right? I have so many people that come to me and they go, Kariana, like, I know this is me. I know this is me creating. I know I'm creating. I know I'm creating. And then they'll get movement and all this movement. And then they'll come back to me very anxious. And they're like, well, I don't know, I thought it was me, and I saw all these things come in, and then now I don't know, is it a coincidence? Am I really creating all this? Am I really doing all this? Can I really have all this? And it's like, abso-freaking-lutely, guys, I'm going to say yes every single time. It's all you. You are the controller of all of this, right? You manifested me to be watching my video right now. You manifested me. You manifested your SP in whatever version they're showing up now. Whether you guys are in no contact or not, you manifested them, and you manifested out everything played out. And I've made videos about exploring the story that you're really, really telling yourself around that person, or around relationships, or around yourself in relation to that person. How does that person view you, or how do you show up in relationships, right? I've made a video about that. So explore that again, right? And also too, when I think about this, okay, so when you guys have, unfavorable circumstances that are happening around you, right, that involve, because we're talking about SP right now, so it involves your relationship SP, all of these things that are going on, always make the story work for you, right? Because you're always choosing and deciding in that moment, right, if you're going to flip this, or if you're going to put your awareness on the unfavorable. So whatever's coming up in your mind, right, that is, if it's unfavorable, like I always say to my clients, even if you're having the worst day, or it seems like the worst day in the world, always take something from it and make the story work for you. Meaning that you're deciding to flip it. You're deciding to say, even if you're in no contact, right? So say, for instance, right, you're in no contact right now, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, is this normal? Is this okay? We've never gone this long without speaking, me and my SP, right? We've been in contact, but now it's been a month and 2 days and whatever many hours, because you're paying attention to time, right? One, I want you to take your attention off time. I've said that before. But if you're sitting there and you're going, wow, we've never gone this long without talking to each other, or, we've never gone this long without, he's never gone this long, or she's never gone this long without apologizing. Or I feel like I must, now, step in, and I must make some moves and apologize or do all these things, or I'm not going to get what I want. Right. One, If you're constantly doing, well, then how can you be prioritized, right? How are you really telling a story that you're prioritized, that somebody's coming in for you and doing for you, if you're always the one that feels like you're doing? It's almost like you end up in that chasing, lack, needy mode, right? All the time, constantly. But if you're sitting there and you're questioning, the time frame or what was said and done before seems so final or anything like that, right? And you're like, is this okay? Well, let's make the story work for you and say, okay, I remember when me and SP, I love saying I remember when. You don't have to use it for the positive all the time. You can absolutely acknowledge and observe your unfavorable thoughts, right? The negative thoughts are coming up, the old story with I remember when. I remember when I did tell you that. I remember when I said that to you. I remember when I told that story. I remember when I was that person. I remember when SP was that person. But now this is the new story. This is where we're living now, right? So I remember when me and SP were in no contact for that entire month. I remember when me and SP didn't talk for an entire month, and that was the longest time we never talked, right? But now I see evidence that my SP was just conforming. And now they're coming in and telling me everything I want to hear. Now they're coming in and showing me everything I want to see from them. Now they're coming in as their best, most lovable, affectionate version. Now they're coming in and prioritizing me every single day. Okay. So once again, you've made the story work for you. Okay. The no contact is coming up a lot in your mind, and it's your subconscious is always trying to drag you back into the old story, as I like to call it, right? Don't drink the Kool-Aid, guys. Do not drink the Kool-Aid. You just simply go, yeah, okay, I acknowledge that. I observe that thought, and I don't deny it. I remember when, but now that no contact brought us here. Now we're here, right? Whether it's happening, whether you've pushed it out or not, it's happening in your 3D or not, whether you're seeing the opposite or not, or you're not seeing anything at all. Okay. You can always be delusional. And I've made a video about why being delusional is so easy, of how our subconscious impresses and what our subconscious accepts. It's very literal and specific, right? It's accepting what we're feeding it all the time, constantly, what we go back to. Okay. Or, right, I remember when SP and I were in that no contact for a month, but now I'm experiencing in my reality, my SP coming in and doing this. Okay. So you're deciding, okay, you're choosing, I want this, and I'm deciding that this is happening. This is going to happen. I'm going to see this. No doubt in my mind. It's the only option. Okay. So I think I covered everything that I wanted to say on this video. I normally just kind of go off the top of what I, just kind of go with the flow. Not really on script. I did write a couple of things down, a couple of reminders that I wanted to bring to the channel today. And I've covered all of that, right? I've covered all of it. So I'm going to go into the success story really quick, guys, because this is a big one. And I know that, like, she didn't go into great detail, but this is going to give a lot of you guys, I know for a fact, right? I intend for a fact that this is going to give you guys a lot of confidence boost, especially if some of you guys are out there and you guys haven't been you're in no contact with your SP for however long. It's going to really help you guys, right? It's going to be that reminder. So, all right. So she said that she is letting me share, right? So it says, I have been working with Kariana for just a month now and getting so much movement and shifting in my subconscious. She has been so observant with my self-talk and giving me homework. That's my word, guys. To keep reprogramming and shifting. Well, after over a year of not seeing my SP, he finally could not hold back any longer and took me out this past weekend. It was magical and very surreal, knowing how powerful I am and how in love we are with one another. So all that time, they got together after a year, and it was like, boom, right back to where they started from, right? That's what she was intending for. I have to keep reminding myself to stay in the end and not second guess anything I said or did during our date night. I had a session with Kariana today. Oh, I have a session with Kariana today, and I can't wait to tell her all about it and go to some next steps. I feel like a new person and so darn powerful with like a lot of exclamation marks. So guys, so she was really honestly, when she came to me and she had a history, you know, she knew LOA and she had had coaching before or whatever her story was before me. And I just tell everybody, look, I'm going to reset you and we're starting anew, right? Take what you've learned in LOA, of course, but if you're honestly coming to the session doubting, I'm going to get you reset. I'm going to have you step into your power, your creator mindset, and you're going to feel empowered when you leave me. And you have to look at this as a clean slate, right? You're taking my teachings, right? Because I'm clinically trained. I'm trained, you know, certified within a lot of different things, and also clinically trained to, you know, recognize blocks and resistance and all these things, right? To, like I say, rearrange the furniture in your brain, right? We're changing your brain. And so I just look at it as like a reset, a restart, and really getting diligent, right? Getting disciplined and really going hard with what I give you and focusing on living in your mind no matter what is going on out here, right? And that's what she did. But when she came to me, you know, she was really doubting a lot and focusing on time and if she could really recreate this and get what she wanted, if she could really call this in. And she did it in less than a month. I think we didn't even work together for a whole month and she got what she wanted. She got that date night after over a year of seeing this person. It went great. And now, right, she's going hard on the things that I told her to go hard on, the same things. We didn't really change much, but we did, she did want to move, kind of move into next steps because she is manifesting in steps. She decided to do it that way with me and it works for her, right? And she called in her SP really quickly. And like I said, they had contact in that year, but it was very like sporadic. It's not what she wanted. And then like it got really steady and then she got the date. And now we're moving forward. But I just wanted to share that with you guys so you guys can have a boost of confidence. It doesn't matter the time, guys. It really does not matter. It does not matter the circumstance. Circumstances don't matter. They just don't. So take this with you. I hope this, or no, I don't hope, right? I intend, I have to catch myself whenever I do that. I intend that this is received well from you guys. You guys have mind-blowing moments and that in this moment, right? Like I said, after the video or during this video, if you've been intending, you know that if you're intending for your SP to come in changed, guess what? It's happening right now. Movement's always happening, whether you're seeing it or not. You don't know the conversations that are happening behind the scenes. You don't know the people, places, and things that are being moved out of your way to give you what you want. And guess what? Not your job. All you need to do is live in your mind and stay focused, guys. Stay focused. And your SP is absolutely being recreated right now in this moment. Don't doubt that. Okay? I absolutely love you guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye.